Hey everybody, Adam Davidson, RadCast for Monday, September 18, 2023. If you find this even moderately helpful, would you consider sharing it on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook? Because as the week goes on, the algorithms change and Facebook is like, who cares about that? Here's something else instead. So if you find RadCast helpful, if you share it, if you like it, if you comment on it, the internet assumes, oh, people must like this for some reason. So anyway, that's my little plug for RadCast. This morning, I did something a little different and just went on a walk that was far longer than usual. Usually I just get up and just try to get myself awake, look at the stars and stuff. But this morning I went on a walk and accidentally took a wrong turn in the neighborhood. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I basically wasn't thinking and ended up doing this huge long loop. And I was like, well, okay, I guess I have less time to do my normal stuff and I'll do this. But as I was walking, I was just trying to practice the presence of God and hear him and sense him for the day. And he was quiet for a while, but then he wasn't quiet. And so, in fact, somebody asked me, I think Cam asked me yesterday, how does God talk to people? Well, he talks to you differently than human beings talk to you. When you talk to me, you say something and I hear it and my brain interprets it and then I say something back. When God speaks, yeah, sometimes he can speak in an auditory way where you actually hear it. A lot of times God will maybe give you a thought or an impression if you're walking with the Spirit, and it will just seem like this is what the Lord would have. We're always careful with those things, because sometimes we don't want to mistake our voice for his. Sometimes we can't tell the difference. But most of the time God speaks through his word. So for example, here's Colossians 1:17, that Jesus is before all things, and in him all things hold together. Let me say that again. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together, and that's the word of the Lord. So I'm out there walking and looking up at the sky, and there's all the stars, and listening to dogs bark in the distance, and watching how like porch lights are on, and the light only gets so far. And I'm like, Lord, where are you at in all of this? And it was just like nothing. And then it was just this sense that what God has been doing is so powerful and so grand that we just completely miss it. Like, for example, he is responsible for bringing about today. I mean, it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. He's responsible for you being here and watching this right now. It wouldn't have happened without him. The world in and of itself, not just the earth, but the sky, the solar system, the universe, everything around us only exists because of him. It says in John that in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. There's nothing that exists that hasn't been made by him. Or consider from the Psalms. Here's Psalm 119. Your word, Lord, is eternal. It stands firm in the heavens. Your faithfulness continues through all generations. You established the earth, and it endures. Your laws endure to this day, for all things serve you. So God has not only spoken this world into existence, He speaks it by the word of his power, it says in Hebrews. And then as he upholds the universe by the word of his power, he continues to speak his law, his regulations, his directives on how to live and how to live the good life. And the same one who made this world also has a user's manual of sorts of like how to properly live as human beings created in his image. Well, what happens is we get bogged down, we get sort of taken aback by life, and we have to get our perspective shifted. We have to get out of our own heads. I don't know about you, but I get kind of proud and think that I have a relative amount of control over my life. And I guess I do have some decision-making ability and some free agency as God has created me, but man, I'm not running this thing. I'm not in control of making the world spin, and I won't cause the sunrise here in a few minutes. God will. And by his power, he will do this. And as he's doing that, he's doing a billion, trillion, zillion other things as well. And so what happens is I forget that. I forget that God is God. I forget that he's capable. I forget that everything around me is a testimony to his power. Here's what it says in Jeremiah: Sovereign Lord, you have made the heavens and the earth by your great power and outstretched arm. And then I love the next phrase: nothing is too hard for you. Nothing is too difficult for God. If he did this, he can take care of this. He can take care of my life. So it's not a question of whether he has the capacity. It's really a question of whether I'm acknowledging that God is at work and whether I would be willing to submit to him full control, to surrender to him the day. As I was looking up in the sky and I saw Orion's belt, boom, 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 those 3 stars that make, his belt on the constellation, thinking about the Trinity, Father, Son, and Spirit. And then I was walking by this rock and I'm like, there's a rock, a big like landscaping boulder in someone's yard. And it was like the Lord was saying, I know more about that rock than all of you guys do about the world. Because we get so hungry for knowledge because knowledge is control, knowledge is power. We want to figure things out. And God is like, I know so much about that rock. And I'm thinking to myself, how much is there to know about a rock? And then it was like, oh, wait, we're so dumb. And I'm pulling myself into this. All of humanity is so dumb that we think we have it figured out. And then you go back in time to the days before we understood atomic structure, or the days before telescopes or microscopes, and we really kind of thought we had it all figured out. We do not have it all figured out. So today, just a reminder that the one who has created the heavens and the earth, the one who sustains all things by the word of his power, the one who is making it so that you are able to exchange oxygen for carbon dioxide, is the one who created this and the one who is walking with you in every step. He is so powerful, so good, and so capable. So today, my friends, be aware of God's presence. May everything in creation testify to his power, to his sovereignty, to his majesty, and to his goodness. He could have made things so boring, and he didn't. He made life good, so go and enjoy it to the glory of God. As Jesus upholds all things, let him hold you as well. That's RadCast.